History of 7 Killings, Disc 13.
The 8 lanes. It's true. Priest didn't do shit to set me up with the 8 lanes. I just asked the nervous lady at Jamaica Council of Churches if I can talk to some of the people behind this peace treaty. She made a call, and next thing I knew, she said you can go down there tomorrow. Jamaicans, they never leave their prepositions out. It's always either up here or down there, up there or down here. Nothing like Copenhagen City, that's for sure. You veer through the market, and if you're not dizzy enough from all that stuff, wood stalls full of bananas and mangoes and ackee and grapefruit and jackfruit and frill dresses and gabardine cloth for pants and blink you'll miss it rolling papers and reggae bumping, always bumping. You're never going to hear that shit on the radio. Then you almost walk past lane number 1 of the 8 lanes. But every lane has a corner, and everyone has 4 to 6 guys on the corner standing on the verge of getting it on. They left me alone, so I figured that by now, thanks to the singer, they're used to white people strolling into the territory. Better answer? Nobody moves without the Dons say so. Nothing like 4 hungry boys waiting to pounce being held back by an invisible leash. Priest was so busy warning me about Copenhagen City that it didn't even cross his mind that I might go to the 8 lanes. He said it only the day before I came down here. Priest also thinks I'm working on his clock. He also thinks I'm some stupid American who is still alive only because of him. But Lord knows coming down here might have been a stupid thing to do. To think I try so hard not to be lumped with those fuckers on the North Coast wearing Jamaica Me Crazy t-shirts, but how many times can you say, brother, I've been to the real Jamaica. I was down here with the Stones when they were recording Goat's Head Soup at Dynamic Sounds, though I got nothing to do with the record being an absolute piece of shit. And in the years since 1976, Peter Tosh can actually see me in the same room without insisting I leave. And you should have been there when I told the singer that his version of And I Love Her was Paul McCartney's favorite Beatles cover ever. So no, I'm not scared to go deep into Kingston. But sweet Jesus, there's deep and there's this. And it's the kind you've never seen before despite the 100 times you've seen it. I tried drawing parallels before, but you just can't when you're there. You pass the boys on the corner and it never occurs to you to look up to get a sweep of the place. So you pass the boys and the men playing dominoes. The man facing me had swung his hand far back to whirlwind slam it on the table and win probably so I could see his smirk, but he sees you and his hand slows down and he just places the domino on the board all delicate, like the play itself is so lame that he's ashamed that a white man was around to see it. You continue and you wonder if you've just become the show. You expect people to look at you, even stare, but you just never expect it. The movie thing, where everything grinds to a slow-mo and your ears pick up silence like it's at full volume, and you wonder if somewhere music just stopped, or a glass just shattered, or 2 women just gasped, or if it was quiet all along. And you pass the first house, no, not a house. Somebody's home, maybe, but definitely not a house, and you try to not stare past the 3 children in the doorway. But you do anyway, and you wonder how come it's so well lit. Is it a corridor between houses, or is the roof gone? But the wall is blue and deep, and you wonder who is it that thought to take care of the place. The little boy, wearing a yellow Starsky and Hutch t-shirt that reaches his knees, smiles, but the 2 girls, both bigger, have already been taught not to. The one on the lowest step, almost down in the road, lifts her dress up to show her jeans shorts underneath. The door behind them is so weathered it's driftwood, but I try not to look at that either because just 2 feet or so down, a woman is on the steps combing the hair of a bigger girl on the step right below. And between the 3 kids and the woman, mother, is a brick wall with so many bricks dug out that it's a checkers pattern. Somebody started painting it white but gave up. It kind of throws you for a loop because the PNP won the election and this is PNP turf. You'd think their own slum would have come off looking better, but it's worse than the JLP area. And worse is always relative each day in Kingston. And what the fuck? There is a fucking man sitting on the side of my fucking bed, and I'm thinking about a fucking ghetto that is fucking 10 miles away. Oh shit, dude. Sit up straight. Don't sink further into the bed. Come on. You've been here, what now, 10 minutes? Are you asleep? I've done that. Resting my forehead in my hands with my elbows on my knees, but usually I'm not asleep. I'm tripping. I don't know. Fuck it. I'm gonna roll. What's the worst that could happen? Him panicking for a little before he realizes I'm still asleep? It's only natural I should roll. He'd think it weird if I didn't roll a little, wouldn't he? I want to see his fucking face. He rubs the back of his head, bald. I see that now, and his hands reddish brown. Maybe it's blood rushing. I'm going to roll over and kick him in the back. Yes, that is what I'm going to do. No. I just want to get up in my own fucking hotel room and order a fucking cup of joe, which will suck because this is a cheap-ass hotel that thinks Americans are too stupid to know what real coffee is supposed to taste like, which is kind of true if you always drink shit to the last drop, but I'll drink it anyway because I just need to keep my mouth busy while I transcribe this fucking tape from yesterday that might not even have anything juicy on it. And then I can grab my knapsack and pull on my jeans and jump on a bus and look at people thinking, holy shit, there's a white dude on the bus, except they won't think it that way, and I'll just mind my own damn business and get off at the bus stop in front of the Gleaner and talk to Bill Bilson, even though he's a fucking stooge for the JLP and the American government who's always feeding that guy at the New York Times some horse shit. But he's essentially a good guy, and he's always good for an anonymous quote or two, and all I want to do is ask him if Josie Wales couldn't remember what day it was when the singer got shot, but what a tragedy it was. How come he could tell me they shot him just as he was about to hand his manager some grapefruit, even though nobody knew this little fact other than the singer, his manager, and me, since I'm the only person they have spoken to about it? I mean, it's not like it's a secret or anything, but it's the kind of detail that only slips loose after you've done the long, hard work of making an interview subject comfortable. Of course, I'm not going to mention the grapefruit, only that this Don seems to have a really intimate knowledge of the ins and outs of this assassination attempt, which, by the way, I'm not allowed to call it. The last time I asked the singer who tried to kill him, he looked at me, smiled, and said, "That is a top secret." I didn't bring this up with Josie Wales either because, I don't know, last time I checked, I didn't have fucking pansy tattooed on my forehead. Shit, I can't keep my thoughts straight. This is not what happened. I mean, this hadn't happened yet. I'm still at the edge of the 8 lanes looking for Shada Sheriff, not Josie Wales. Why the fuck am I thinking about Josie Wales? He's not even the kind of guy that anybody's mind runs on, and I'll bet anything he prefers it that way. Josie Wales is Copenhagen City. That was afterward, Alex Pierce. What you learned in the 8 lanes sent you to Copenhagen City just to clear shit up. But first, I was in the 8 lanes, and if I was in the 8 lanes, I was there to see Shada Sheriff. I wanted to know if the peace treaty was still on, given the outburst of killings on Orange Street and Pétion Street last week, where a JLP youth shot a PNP youth over his girlfriend. And that last showdown with the police where the boys in black and red recovered a stash of guns and ammo, the likes of which you can't even find in the U.S. National Guard. Of course, I could never ask a question like that. After passing the welcoming committee that gave me the skinny on Priest, I found him sitting under a street lamp waiting for me. In fact, that's what he said. "Brethren, me did await pon the eye long time." The I meaning you, meaning me. Ghetto communique, more backward and more forward than the phone. He was just sitting there on a steel bar stool from an actual bar 30 feet from the corner where I came in, smoking a cigarette, drinking a Heineken, and watching the domino game play itself out. He looked like the kind of man you go up to and ask, "Hey, you seen this dude named Shada Sheriff?" You know that's not the place one expects to see a shiny bar stool. Or the second coming of Jesus with a tape recorder. I get that a lot. You get what? never mind. He also knew I came to talk about the peace treaty. Turns out he and Papa Lowe ended up in the slammer the same time, right about when goons tried to take out the singer. And like any group of reasonable men who happened to be thrown together, they started to reason. Next thing you know, there's a peace treaty, with even singer Jacob Miller writing a song about it. Okay, not great. And the singer coming back to seal the deal with another concert. I wanted to know what really kicked off the treaty, and if the future of it's already gone to shit. I asked him about the night before the army killed those boys at Green Bay, the thing that kicked off this peace treaty in the first place. Had he heard of Junior Soul? You can't trust that a gunman with a name like a doo-wop singer actually exists, but surely if he did, Shot Sheriff must have heard about him. I mean, he's crucial to the birth of this peace treaty too. Well, in a fucked up kind of way. No, Star. Me no know who that. And that no JLP business. They said Junior Soul was a P&P goon. Goon? Shady character. Shady. Never mind. So he wasn't from around here? Nobody from here even named so, Jesus boy. That was pretty much all she wrote, was Shot a Sheriff. Before I asked him if I could speak to anybody else, he grabbed me, looked around to see if anybody was watching, and said, "This your treaty have to work, me youth. It have to." He was almost pleading. I asked his men some silly questions about if they knew that the More singer was actually a porn star, and left. Priest found me somebody even more useful days before. He took me down some really scummy, shit-leaking lane in the JLP half of Kingston to meet one of the men who got away from Green Bay. My first time meeting a guy from the actual Wang gang. He took me to a bar less than 20 feet away and just started talking. Word was, this Junior Soul guy had slipped himself into Southside, a JLP area, making pals with the Wang gang, letting slip that the army was short on men to guard a work site out in Green Bay. Junior Soul linked them up with a Matahari from the Kingston Hotel who told the boys they would get guns soon, along with $300 US each, then fucked 3 or 4 of them to seal the deal. Priest told me about Junior Soul, but the survivor told me about Sally Q. Such an un-Jamaican handle. Poor kid. Probably not even 17 yet, but kinda old for a jam-down kid to be first tasting pussy. So this Junior Soul guy shows up January 14, he remembers. Well, he remembered. After I gave him my pack of Marlboros, $70, and the Jerry Rafferty cassette I didn't even remember I had in my knapsack. He showed up with 2 ambulances. It did look kind of suspicious, the kid says. But to tell a young shotta that there's guns for the taking if you only come and get it, it's like telling a junkie there's some horse in a dumpster down the alley with nobody's name on it. He said something, and it was crucial motherfucking info, and I can't remember what. I have to check my notes. Most of we was Rastas, you know, not laborites. That's it. We never did enter the politics and the politricks scene. Not in nobody pocket, so we work for either side scene. But it was January, right after Christmas, and everybody knew that nobody in the ghetto would have any money. Worse, the Wang gang had burned all bridges with the other gangs in Kingston. So, new housing site go up, and them looking for yardie to guard it, but them not giving you no gun, so you have to find your own gun. Me know it never sound too right, but when baby mother up north tell a man she need baby feeding, and baby mother down south say your picnic need school uniform, you just don't think certain things. Anyway, this man with gun did link with the soldier, and me no know. Soldier not so quick draw McGraw with them trigger, you understand. If it was police, me would have tell Junior Soul about him bomberclot and beat him up too. But we never have no need to worry about soldier, as long as we stay out of them way. As me say, we never did into the politics thing. But me no know. From the soldier say that all of we should stand up over there by the target. I just drop like me faint drop. even right before they start to fire. Me crawled through maca bush, and me did barefoot too. Don't think me breathe till me get way from that army landing into the cane piece. The man them did all have helicopter to search for we. Is a wonder how them no find we, since all that maca cut up me foot so bad that me leave a trail of bloody footprint all the way to safety. But me did no Green Bay. Is me save 4 man by leading them out of the bush into the cane piece. Thank Jesus that the cane did grow tall enough to hide we from the helicopter and all the way to downtown to Sister Benedict's school. One of we managed to make out the other way to the sea, and 2 fishermen pulled him out of the water. For once, we called police. More time them would be only glad to kill we. But if it's one thing that make them blood run cold, is when soldier get to do it first. Since the only thing police hate worse than gunman is soldier. You believe it, me brethren? Police is who come and protect we. The more I gave the man booze, the more he kept talking. And the more clear he got, the more things didn't add up. The Jamaica Defense Force haven't exactly been tight-lipped about the whole thing. In fact, I met the army officer in charge who seems like a nice enough man, if not a little too rough around the edges. The men were all Wang Gang, or ex-Wang Gang members and associates, who infiltrated the Green Bay JDF training range, where they opened fire on the few soldiers who were there that morning for target practice. Maybe they had planned revenge to get back at them for patrolling their community with too much heavy manners. Or maybe they heard there was a lightly guarded arsenal of new weapons for the taking. Either way, they got what they deserved, coming down in high noon like they was cowboy. Except, you can't come guns blazing if you don't have any guns. Hell, if you were coming to pick guns up. Back at Bill Bilson's office, when I told him I ran into one of the men who escaped from Green Bay, he suddenly got super interested in knowing who he was. Just a guy, I said. You know how it is, after a while they all look the same, I said. Bigoted bullshit, I know, but since Jamaicans believe deep down every white man is kind of racist anyway, it was convincing enough to throw him off track. Anyway, so he showed me these pics he said some guy just left in his mail slot. Some guy? Now who's being shifty, I almost said, but didn't. Instead, I looked at 5 dead bodies sprawled out in the sand. 2 in one shot, 2 in another, and all 5 in one shot with nothing but shadows of the soldiers looking over them. No actual soldier in any shot. Only one of the dead men wearing any shoes. Little blood. Maybe it all just sunk in the sand, I don't know. It's not like it's the first time I'm seeing a dead body in Jamaica. Hey, Bill, so what's the deal with this? Does the JDF know that you've got them? They must by now. I can't say for sure that is not them leak it in the first place. Oh yeah? So what's the story? What is your story? Huh? No, brother. You first. Surely there had been an official statement. I mean, this was nearly a year ago. Statement? Soldier don't release no statement. But your friend the major, not my friend, buddy. You gon' want to tell certain gunman that. Anyway, the major didn't release no statement, but him did say that a group of assailants tried to attack a contingent of JDF officers at their target practice facility in Green Bay. The gunman maybe was thinking that if is shooting range, they call it, people must have gone somewhere. Who says there were gunmen? Every single man was from West Kingston. That line from him or you? Ha ha! You're not easy at all, boy. Anyway, him say them just draw down on the premises in the middle of the day like them name cowboy. The JDF had no choice but to return fire. Don't you need to be fired on to return fire? What you mean? Nothing, buddy. Just shooting the shit. So, these guys attacked at noon, right? He said noon? Yeah. Huh. But I didn't get it. I mean, come on. The shit was spread out in front of me like a fat stripper. Maybe he's either that dumb, or he's doing that hear no evil, see no evil thing Jamaicans do when they find themselves smack dab in the middle of politricks. The major gives this statement saying the gang attacked them at noon and they returned fire, but I'm looking at the shot, looking at the shadows in the photo, and every single shadow is long and stretched out. There's no long shadows at noon. This shit happened in the morning. Any half-blind, senile, semi-retarded old fart could see that. But I looked at them too long, the pics. He noticed that I stared too long and he wasn't about to forget that I cut my own question in half. Jamaicans have a way of looking at you when they finally dig that you're the kind of white boy who catches on quick. They hold the look too, because they're wondering for just how long have you been catching on, and have they been saying too much? If it's one thing Jamaicans are still pretty proud of, is their genius for keeping their guard, not letting anything slip. Not giving away anything even if they want to fuck you right here and can't bear to wait. Okay. Don't know how Aisha came into this. Maybe because I'm in bed. Maybe because I'm in a bed with a fucking man sitting on the side of it. I wish I still slept with my watch on. Brother, can't you just steal something and fucking go? Who the fuck in the midst of robbing a joint takes a breather? Oh, Jesus, please don't sit. Jesus, he's gonna sit on he's on my foot. The bastard has his bony ass on my foot. He's turning, holy shit, now it's dark. Red darkness, the light forcing itself through my eyelids. Open slow. No, you fucking idiot. Do I want to see him shoot me quick? Maybe it's better if he blows a fucking hole in the middle of my sentence. Maybe I should die thinking something smart. Is this the part where I think about heaven and shit like that? My Lutheran mom would be proud. Does he think I'm asleep? Where's the second pillow? Is he going to cover my head with it and fire? I'm such a coward, such a motherfucking coward. God damn it. Open motherfucking eyes. He's not looking at me. He's still looking at the ground. Shit, damn motherfucker, what is he looking at? Some stain on the carpet that looks like Jesus? I thought only ceilings had that shit. Cum stains from the nasty fuckers who slept in this room before me. I really hope they cleaned the sheets before. You can never tell with a hotel off Halfway Tree Road. If you go 2 blocks down and make a left on Chelsea, walk just up to the bend where there's the Chelsea Hotel. There's a sign right up front that says, under no circumstances will 2 adult men be rented a room. I guess if you're a pedophile, on the other hand, that's Cool City. I don't know why I'm thinking that. I don't know why all of a sudden I really wish these were well-laundered sheets. Sheets that make me want to use words like laundered. No, well-laundered. Jesus Christ, motherfucker, leave already! At least I won't remember how I was a fucking coward in all of this, lying down in my bed hoping shit doesn't fall out of my bag, or that my left foot would stop trembling, or maybe it's just tingling from having fallen asleep. How am I supposed to make a mad dash for the bathroom if me leg is asleep? Me leg. Now I'm worrying in Jamaican. Brother, can't you just be a pervert? Can't you just grab my nuts then go? So, a soldier shooting some kids in Green Bay early 1978 leads to the birth of the peace treaty. A police shooting downtown less than a year later, and people are already talking like it's the end. Usually when a gunman is moving in neutral space and the police or the army is suddenly on the scene with guns, it's a setup. Sometimes within the gunman's own party. That's what happened to a couple of P&P goons years ago, so Priest says, and what might have happened to this guy I tried to ask Papa Lowe about. This meeting Priest did set up, though God only knows what they thought of me since I was there as some loser who knew Priest. I couldn't even figure out this killing anyway, since Priest told me one of the terms of the peace treaty was that nobody gave anybody up to the police. Hell, the minister himself kind of laughed when I brought up the whole thing to him. He said, off the record, before I started taping the whole thing. Like he heard some jerk say it in a movie last week, but then just repeated what he already said in the press, that these men would be hunted down like dogs. Mind you, dogs are usually doing the hunting, not being the hunted, but I guess one gets similes wherever one can find them. He was smart enough to notice I was being a smartass, and that was all she wrote with that interview. The minister was a piece of bullshit anyway, with his stupid nappy hair brushed back so hard it actually became straight. I'm rambling. The point is that a big part of this peace treaty, according to Priest, was that nobody gave up names to people like the minister anymore. And yet, here we had a dead man, a gunman, political activist, and having been smack dab in the middle of criminal intelligence, I knew there was just no fucking way Babylon found that man by themselves. Jamaican police wouldn't find a billboard in the middle of halfway tree with a naked woman spread out fingering her pussy and saying, "Look up here, Babylon," unless somebody told them where to look. Like Priest, this man could slip into JLP and PNP territories. Unlike Priest, this man had real clout, being Papa Lowe's number 2 or 3. It was something though, wasn't it? That Kingston got to the point where such a top ranking could go get drunk with men whose friends he might have even killed. You talk to Bill Bilson, John Hearn, just about any journalist, intellectual, light-skinned person who lived above Crossroads, and they all try to find new ways to ask, how long will it last? Not from concern, though. That loud sigh and head nod is trying to say I'm so exasperated, but it's really saying that not even this would make us give a fuck. Why am I going on about the fucking peace treaty? It wasn't even a real document anyway. Except both Papa Lowe and Shada Sheriff flew to London to meet with the singer about it. Not like any of that is news, but how things go from hopeful to hopeless in just 1 year? Who the fuck knows? Actually, I know. Papa Lowe knows, but he's not telling. Shada Sheriff knows, but you know when somebody stops telling you a joke or a story because he figured you already know the end? Except, I really don't know. There's a man in navy blue sitting on the edge of my bed. I've met Papa Lowe before. Right before this peace concert, I went to the Copenhagen city with Priest. There was a big man making himself even bigger by spreading his arms wide and hugging everybody. And I'm not a brother to be taken aback, but even I was kind of thrown off by the big man's bear hug. "Everybody's safe here. Is peace and love vibes we a deal with," he would say. Then he would ask where Mick Jagger was. Maybe him did lock down with more black pom-pom than him can deal with. Took me all of 2 minutes to realize the Glimmer Twins' rep stretched beyond Studio 54. You've heard Some Girls? It's a return to form for them. Me hear plenty girls. That was all she wrote on that one. Flash forward to just a few days ago, and I've never seen a big man look so small. He didn't even have the energy to tell Priest about him bombaclot for bringing the white boy back again. He didn't want to talk about the guy the police shot. He didn't want to talk about the police. He was doing that thing old people do. When they know too much, or maybe they're finally past the age where you just figured the whole world out. You figure out shit between people and why we are all so base and vile and disgusting, and how we're just fucking beasts, really, and it's a wisdom people get at a certain age. And it doesn't have to be an old age, because really Papa Lowe isn't so old. Nobody gets old in the ghetto. It's the age where you learn something, I don't know, but something big and something gray, and you just know there's no use in trying anymore. But as I was saying, in just 1 year he had the look and it was making him exhausted. No, not exhausted. Weary. Why did the police kill your number 2? Why rose red and violets blue? I don't understand. Y is a crooked letter with a long tail. Cut off the tail and you get V. V is for vagabond. And you is a vagabond. How did they manage to kill him? With 2 or 3 gun, me here. You think the PNP gave up your guy? What? PNP. That they tipped off your boy. And why wouldn't the police respect the treaty? White boy, you full of joke. Who tell you that policeman signed treaty? And what you mean with this PNP tip-off business? You may be right. Ha ha, white boy. You gon' tell me if me right or not. He was right. Shada Sheriff looked at me when I brought up the death of number 2. He looked at me exactly as Papa Lowe. Bad times is good times for somebody, me boy. Bad times is good times for somebody. Who tipped off the police about number 2? You see Josie Wales since you come here? I've only met him once. He lived down the other end. Ask him about the number 2. Josie Wales? Me don't know nothing about the street anymore. The peace over. The peace between who? Can I ask you what you mean? Can I ask a few more questions, Papa? Guess not. Didn't have to find Josie Wales, he found me. Just as I was leaving Papa Lowe's gate. Don't ask me why I was walking backward as I left Papa Lowe, but I was, and backed right into 2 guys. The bald-headed one didn't say anything, didn't even look at me, even as he was holding my arm and taking me down the street. "The Don going to talk to you right now," said the other guy, bigger, fatter, with baby dreadlocks. But isn't Papa Lowe the Don? A question I did not ask. Bald guy in blue, dreadlock guy in red, moving at my sides in perfect step. This must be a cartoon. And the people in the street just looking away. When we were passing, they just looked away. And I mean nearly everybody. Everybody looked away. Only 2 women and 1 man holding eye contact, staring like they weren't even looking at me, really. Like I was a ghost or a stranger being driven out of town. Every Jamaican village is a 1-horse town. They took me to Josie Wales' place, let me in through the front door, but nobody told me where to sit. An Esso calendar tacked itself to the first of 3 big windows in the living room. The only windows I've seen that have not been shot out. Curtains on each window, red and yellow floral pattern. He has a woman living with him. Nice curtains. Plenty of questions you asking, white boy. Huh? I haven't. Palavering around the place with your little black notebook. Do you write everything in that? I've heard about Josie Wales' high opinion of his English. Where did you learn to speak like that? Where did you learn to shit? Huh? You're saving the intelligent questions for last. I'm sorry, you. All this time I'm seeing nothing but a head wrapped in a towel on a person sitting in a couch, not facing me. A Don, man with a girl who just sits there and keeps quiet. Where the fuck was his voice coming from? You smart mouth run out fast. Sit down, white boy. I sit down on the dining chair by the front door. They don't sit in the living room in your country? I move over to the living room, if that's what you could call it, since it was as small as a doctor's waiting room. In fact, the couch was gray with the clear plastic covering still on it. Not a girl just sitting there. I see the mesh vest first, then the big hands pulling the towel off his head. He rubs his hair a couple more times, then tosses it behind him. Maybe he's got the kind of woman who picks up after him. Josie Wales. He really is a big man. Lighter than Papa Lowe, but his eyes are narrower than you expect, almost like a Chinese guy's eyes. His belly is starting to push against the mesh vest, ghetto youth uniform, though I'm guessing he only wears this in the house. When a Jamaican bad man ascends, it's noticeable in his wardrobe first. Once he steps out of the house, he is always in a shirt, I hear, as if at any minute he might end up in court. You have your pen ready all the time? Yes. I know some men who behave like that with a gun. 2 of them standing outside my house right now. Not you? Nothing good ever come out of a gun mouth. You need to improve on that thing about you? Say what? Move faster. Get better reflexes, I think they call it. I don't understand. Just a while ago, just as I was saying that nothing good ever come out of a gun mouth. I heard you, Mr. Wales. Only the judge calls me Mr. Wales. Josie. Okay. Just as I was saying nothing good ever come out of a gun mouth. I heard you. Something sticking you up your asshole, why you keep interrupting me? As I was saying, just as I was saying, nothing good ever come out of a gun mouth. Me see you jerk. Your eye blink open wide, like you never expect something like that to come out the Don's mouth. You did, brethren. But it was only like a second. So fast that most people would miss it. But none of my 3 names is most people. You probably didn't even notice it. No, I didn't, and it's my body. People like you don't see much. Always putting down little note in your little book. Before you even step off the plane, you already write the story. Now you're just looking for any loose shit to add and say, see it there, America, this is the Jamaica run-ins. You know, not every journalist is like that. You from the Melody Maker? Rolling Stone. So what you doing here almost 1 year now? Black pussy that sweet? What? No, I'm working on a story. You need 1 year to write on a story on copper. Copper? Copper! You don't even know the name of the man you're asking all sorts of questions about. Copper! The man who misread the treaty. There's a document? You're not the brightest boy Rolling Stone send here. Well, I'm not stupid. Why Rolling Stone would send a man out here for over a year? Which story could be so hot and ready? They didn't actually send me. True that. In fact, you don't work for no damn Rolling Stone or Melody Maker or any of them for that matter. New York Times. Yeah, they would station a reporter out here for a year, but not a magazine that love to put batty boys on their cover. I think you just here for the black pussy. How is that Aisha girl? Treating you good? Still have the P-U-S-S-Y with the tight needle eye. Oh my God. Look like I know more about you than you know about me, white boy. Aisha, she's not my girlfriend. Of course not. White boy like you don't have black woman for that particular use. I don't have any woman for that particular use. Josie Wales laughs like a wheeze, like it's gritting through his teeth. Not like Papa Lowe, who throws his head back and pushes it out from deep within his big belly. That answer wicked, my youth. Wicked and wild. I'm here all week. No, you leaving today. It was a joke. I'm here all week. I say something that makes you laugh, and I say, I'll be here with more jokes all week. It's from a stand-up. Never mind. Why you going around asking about copper? Well, You even asked that short-ass idiot Shutter Sheriff. He didn't really say much. Why would the man have anything to say? He didn't even know him that good. Were you two friends? Josie Wales love everybody. I mean, Copper, not Shutter Sheriff. He was really involved in the Central Peace Council, wasn't he? What do you really think you know about the Central Peace Council? I bet you didn't know that it was a joke. Peace. Only one kind of peace can ever come down the ghetto. It's really simple. So simple even a retarded man can catch the drift. Even a white man. The second you say peace this and peace that and let's talk about peace, is the second gunman put down their guns. But guess what, white boy? As soon as you put down your gun, the policeman pull out his gun. Dangerous thing, peace. Peace make you stupid. You forget that not everybody sign peace treaty. Good times bad for somebody. Huh. I could have sworn I heard. You saying the peace treaty is a bad idea? No, you just said it. So what you saying? Copper come from Waurika Hills, almost country. He didn't understand how Kingston work. So he come down to Copenhagen to his good friend Papa Lowe. Then he walk over to drink rum with his other good friend Shutter Sheriff. And everything's sweet and safe as long as he in JLP or PNP territory. But then last May, he go to Caymanas Park, which is no man territory. Worse, he go by himself. Peace vibes turn him into a damn fool. That's the problem with peace. Peace make you careless. How did the police know he was there? You think it's that hard to find a gunman? But there was a swarm of them, not just two random dirty cops betting on a fixed race. Ambush! You like cowboy movies? I usually say fuck 'em, quite frankly. I'm part Sioux. Sioux? Sioux? Like Cherokee, like Apache? You an Indian? Part. Scene. You know who set him up? Copper, that is. Maybe he set him own self up. But some of the men here said that he was Papa Lo's number 2, maybe even number 1 one day. A man who didn't even live in Copenhagen City because him afraid of bullet. Who said that? People. And with him gone, by, look at that. The same fucking bullet him was hiding from. So what if him gone? You can replace any man in the ghetto. Even me. I see. How do you think the singer will react to all this? Me look like the singer keeper? No, I mean, no love lost between you and him? Don't know what you mean by that, but that man gone through plenty. People just need to make him rest. Just low him, make him rest. He must be dedicated to the cause, though, to come back again to do another concert, especially after what happened the last time. Ha ha! Nobody going to make a move on the singer again. I'll bet nobody thought anybody would have made a move on him the first time. The last time friend allow friend to run horse race con in him house. Him not allowing that shit again. Nobody shooting him in the chest this time, because nobody stabbing him in the back. Hold up. You think they were out for the singer's friend? What's this about a con? I don't have anything to say about the singer. But you were talking about his friend, not the singer. Certain tree get pruned a long time ago. Now you sound like Papa Lo. That's what happened when people fade. They live on in your memory. I sometimes sound like my dad. I sometimes discipline like my daddy. Oh, really? Yes, white boy. Some men in the ghetto actually know their father. Some of them were even married to their mother. I wasn't saying, all the important things you say and so far not coming out of your mouth. Oh. Papa Lo is the reason why we live in fine in the ghetto. Papa Lo is the reason that when I flush that toilet, I never have to look at shit again. You take that for granted, eh, white boy? That once you press a lever, you never have to think about your shit again. Yes, thanks to Papa Lo, ghetto people living fine indeed. Papa Lo and the singer is the same. Same thing going to happen to the singer. Excuse me? Excuse yourself. Not a fan, I gather. Read a check for Dennis Brown. He seems to have believed in this truce. You ever got locked up in jail, white boy? No. Good. Because once them put you in jail, police beat everything out of you. It's not just the beat in the face with the baton, or the kick in the back, or the punching out 2 good teeth so you can't eat good and nearly slice off your own tongue. It's not even when they put 2 electric cord, one around your balls and the other around your cockhead, and plug in the socket. That's just the first day, and not even the worst thing that happened in jail. The worst thing about jail is that they separate your own time, your own date, even your own birthday. It's a hell of a thing when you can no longer tell if it's Wednesday or Saturday. You lose sense. You lose grip on what really going on outside in the world. You know what happened when you don't know night any better than day? Tell me. Black turn into white, up turn into down. Puss and dog turn friend. You ask yourself, this peace treaty, was it between 2 communities, or just 2 men in jail too long? What do you think about... I'm not here to think. No, I mean about the singer. You keep thinking I'm supposed to be thinking about the singer. No, I mean the second concert for peace last year. Maybe he thinks he has big stakes in this peace process. The first concert was for peace. This one was for a toilet. Huh? You work for a magazine and don't know nothing at all. Maybe you work for a Jamaican newspaper. Still, to come back after 2 years after they nearly killed him, they who? I don't know. The assassins. Like a Bruce Lee movie. The killers. Like a Clint Eastwood movie. I don't know who they were. Ha! Papa Lo seemed to know. I have a question for you about the singer. Maybe only you being a foreign man and you educated. Yes. That only an educated man can answer. You know what they mean by literary device? Yes. So when the singer gets shot in the chest with a bullet that was meaning for his heart, you think him take that as just a shot in the chest like any other shot? Or he take it to mean something more than that? A literary device. Device. You mean a symbol? Something like that? You mean if he thought being nearly shot in the heart might mean all the things that shot in the heart can mean? How do you know he was nearly shot in the heart? So I hear. From who? From the natural mystic blowing through the air. When I told Priest that I spoke to Josie Wales, he was standing in the rain and refused to come in. You know how even in the dark you can tell how a person is looking at you? There's a man in blue sitting on the edge of my bed. Sid Vicious died 2 days ago. Nobody knows shit, but word was that his mother just fed the fucker heroin, and right after coming out of detox. Rock is sick and dead in New York City. Found him sprawled out naked in bed with a probably also naked actress, 21. Fuck Punk anyway. The only thing we agree on is 2 sevens clash. My mom would be proud. Lord knows it wasn't the greatest idea being an audiophile when the band du jour was Hawkwind. But Sid Vicious died 2 days ago. And months after killing his girlfriend. Dead men, all these dead men. Only 4 people know the singer nearly got shot in the heart. The singer, his manager, his surgeon, and me. Because I caught him on a lucky day when he didn't try to kick my ass for following him all over London. Only 3 people know he was eating quarter of a grapefruit, having cut off half to give to the manager. Only 2 people know that the singer said Selassie I Jah Rastafari, and I only know because I caught him on a lucky day in London. There's a fucking man in fucking blue sitting on the fucking edge of my fucking bed, and I'm starting to feel like I'm the murdered character in the game Live, about to tell the murderer to grab his fucking weapon and fucking get on with it already. Just fucking get on with it. My left leg has gone to sleep. I'm seeing some black men and more black men, and they are merging into one black man and no black man at all. There is a bald-headed man in blue sitting on the side of my bed, rubbing his head, rubbing his shiny, sweaty, light brown head. His shirt is navy blue. Fucking left leg has gone to sleep behind his sinking ass. Stare at the ceiling, Alex Pierce. Count Grooves in the stucco, look for Jesus. There's Jesus. Look for a cross. Look for Italy. Look for a shoe. Look for a woman's face. The man on my bed, holy shit, a gun. He has a gun, motherfucker has a fucking gun. Waving it, he's waving it at his temple at me. At his temple, he's about to pull a fucking Hemingway. Why would he sneak into my room to off himself? Motherfucker, I'm not going to be your audience. Fucking Christ, don't fucking pop off that shit and splat your brain all over my clean sheets, dirty sheet, fucking scum, fuck, cum encrusted, pubic hair littered sheets, but they're mine, and I don't want your fucking blood and brains all over them. Oh, he's not going to shoot himself. He's going to shoot me. He going to shoot me. Fucking heart stop pumping. He's going to hear. Nobody can hear a heart pump. Yes, he can. He's going to hear you. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. He's spinning it. He's dangling it. He's a cowboy, and this is his 6-shooter. High Noon, Liberty Valance, Sons of Katie fucking Elder. At least I'm going to die like a true Jamaican. That is not funny. It's not fucking funny. Fuck this. I'm not going to die today. I'm not going to fucking die today. Stop spinning the gun like a motherfucking gunslinger, like you just picked up the worn-out copy of Gunfighter Ballads that's in every fucking Jamaican's house. I'm not going to die today. My mother is not going to be left standing out at Minneapolis St. Paul Airport sorting out a fucking coffin box, or worse, putting up posters all over Kingston saying, "Missing, have you seen this man?" coming on Dick Cavett to talk about her poor son and the horrible bureaucracy in Jamaica who won't assist her, and it's a conspiracy. Really it is, or at least a cover-up. Maybe it's just really bad incompetence that took her son, and she knows something was up. Somebody did something, and she'll move heaven and earth to find out the truth, even if the police, the minister, and even the ambassador won't lift a finger to help. I'll become a story, and she'll become one of those haggard old women whose other children will desert her. She was the world's greatest mom before she became obsessed with a ghost, and will have nothing but cigarettes and the mission left, the mission to uncover the truth. She'll also do 60 Minutes and more Cavett, and when everybody starts to forget, I don't know what she'll do. Jesus Christ, please make him go away. Please let it be that I'll close my eyes. I'll close them for as long as you want, and when I open them, he'll be gone. Do you want me to pray? Because I will. I swear to God. Swear to God. Swear to you. Oh, fuck this. I will not think what heaven is like. Who the fuck does that? I will not do it. I'll just say to him that if you kill me now, right here, I'll look you in the eye and stain myself in your head for as long as you live. I swear I'd haunt you like a motherfucker so hard that an exorcist would look at you and say, God damn, my son, there's really no help for you. I'll come with that crucifix fucker Linda Blair and that sister fucking mass murdering motherfucker from Amityville, and I'll cut out one chunk of your brain so that all three of us can live there, and then we'll eat you from the inside out like cancer. I'll fucking haunt you, motherfucker. I'll make you scream devil upon you in church, and I'll make you see blind and fuck your sister, and I'll make you talk to yourself everywhere because only you and I will know you're talking to me, and I'll drive you off the causeway into the fucking sea, and you still won't die because I won't make you die. I'll make you live 100 years to haunt you forever. And I'll write my name in the mirror every time you take a shower, and one day you will read, get ready to suck cocks in hell on the ceiling, and I'll make your bed shake and elbows itch, and you'll scratch so hard, everybody will come looking for the heroin, and no dog will go anywhere near you because they can sense when a spirit is living rent-free in your head. So you better turn away. You better get up and walk out of this room right now, or I swear to God I will. I will. I will. Phone rings. He jumps. I jump. Gun in mid-spin. Gun drops. He looks at me. Look at him. Bends down for gun. Kick him. Kick him. Kicked him in the back and again in the back of the head. Roll now. Climb out of bed. He grabs my foot. Get the fuck off me. Get the fuck off. He's climbing. Punch. He catches my hand. Won't give it back. Pulling off the bed. Scream. Hand around my neck. Squeeze. I'm red. I'm red. I'm getting redder. A fat red goose. Where are your eyes? Cough, cough, hand grip my neck, squeeze, crushing Adam's apple. He don't care, can't punch, can't kick, scratch, scratch. He's not even trying to stop me. Scratch at his cheek, scratch his face. He slaps me away like I'm a bitch, a fucking bitch. Cough, he's sitting on my chest. I can't breathe, I can't breathe. Vise grip, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. He grabs my right hand like I'm a silly little bitch. Such a silly little bitch, such a silly bitch. I'm a fucking silly bitch. Can't move. Pinned my neck, burning head, bursting head, light head, dark. No, I need to tell her that I knew she was going to leave from the day I met her. Fuck this life-flashing business. Anytime now, relax the feet first. Relax the feet first. Let them find me at least in peace. What the fuck? The phone is ringing. I jump and he jumps. Not on my neck. 2 slow turns. Back his hand on my hand. Slap my hand on his hand. Slap his hand. My face knuckle punch. I slap. If I'm a girl, I'll be a girl. He's not saying anything. My fingers are slippery. His hand on my neck. Not a strangle. A pin down. He's looking for it. Oh fucking shit. The gun. The gun. The gun. He looks. I look at the lamp. The fucking heavy lamp. The crochet, the Gideon Bible, Jesus fucking Christ, the letter opener, compliments of the hotel on the stationery. He turns around back to me, back to hand it to me. Gun? No gun? Can't see the gun. Can't remember when I grabbed it. Sharp end, dark end. Why won't he say anything? He's about to squeeze my neck. I squeeze the letter opener. He in mid-squeeze. I'm in mid-swing, straight for his neck. My knuckle slam right under his chin feels like a punching. My finger slips off. Fuck, no, it's gone in deep. He looks at me through high eyebrows, eyes wide. He's not touching it. The letter opener in his neck. Blood trickles, then spurts, more like tap, just burst. His eyes are doing that thing like they can't believe what the rest of the body is doing. Not speaking. He's not speaking. He's jerking. He's rolling off me. He's on the bed. He's off the bed. He walking to the door. Right knee buckles. Stand up straight, right knee buckles. He's on the ground.
Josie Wales. I already know there are 3 things that should never come back. 1 is the spoken word. 2, I forget in 1966. 3 is a secret. But if I was going to add a number 4, that would be him. How many bullets need to miss your heart and lodge in your arm before you reason that home is not home anymore? The bullet in your arm no doctor would remove because they know if they touch it, you would never play guitar again. I just sit down in the nice chair my woman just polished until the phone ring. How many bullets? Maybe 57? They say, he said, but nobody can tell me when or to who that for the 56 bullets fired at the house, the said culprit shall also die by 56 bullets. Now that kind of prophecy need a new sort of reasoning. Is that 56 for each man, 56 multiplied by 8, or 56 divided by 8, which would take long division, and I don't have time to be that smart. Or maybe he thinking 56 for the man behind the plan, the top ranking, the Don Dada. Ask me just how sick and tired I getting from all this witch doctor or be a man fortune teller fuckery. If a man call himself Rasta today, by next week that is him speaking prophecy. He don't have to be too smart either. Just know 1 or 2 hellfire and brimstone verse from the Bible. Or just claim it come from Leviticus since nobody ever read Leviticus. This is how you know. Nobody who get to the end of Leviticus can still take that book seriously. Even in a book full of it, that book is mad as shit. Don't lie with man as with woman? Sure, I can run with that reasoning. But don't eat crab? Not even with the nice, soft, sweet roast yam? And why kill a man for that? And trust me, the last thing any man who raped my daughter gonna get to do is marry her. How, when I slice him up piece by piece, keeping him alive for all of it and have him watch me feed him food to stray dog? I remember last year at these peace treaty parties that spring up in West Kingston like head lice, a Rasta trying to give me a reasoning about who is carrying the mark of the beast. Nothing set a Rasta on fire more than talk of Armageddon. So the Rasta say, "Yow, me no buy nothing that no fresh, brethren, because everything in package now carry the mark of the beast. You know them code number in the white box with the black line." I was trying to watch this man who was checking out my woman, looking warm under the street light while people dancing round her. Some man from the 8 lanes who didn't know that this woman's ring finger marked. No need to worry. She already know how to deal with that kind of man. She deal with them harder than me. But that's the thing about Rasta reasoning. Even when you know it's total fuckery from the start to end, it still have a hook to it. Barcode, I say. But barcode have whole heap of different number, and me sure me never see 666 yet. You saying you look? No, but it's for ram goat, brethren. Check the reasoning. Nobody in Jamaica have the power of the beast. Them just nyam what the beast feed. You don't notice that all the time the number start with 000? That be some decimal science. Whole number and natural number and double number. That mean all the number on all the code in all the world add up to 666. I walk away from the man because the worst part of all this was that it was starting to make some kind of sense. And nothing at this peace party was making any damn sense. Not the 12 tribes branch of Rastafari, whose skin color was getting lighter every month, not JLP and PNP palavering, Copenhagen City and the 8 lanes playing domino and hugging and kissing and lovey-doving like I didn't kill your brother, father and grandfather 3 years ago. What is peace? Peace is my blowing a little breeze on my daughter's forehead when she's sweat in her sleep. This don't name peace. This name stalemate. I learned that word from Dr. Love. Dr. Love just fly to Miami saying he has a president to get elected, where I just send Weeper. Who know what those two up to since they both realized that they love book more than woman? Dr. Love say, Hermano, them motherfuckers from Medellin are going to test you. Yes, test you again. What did you expect, muchacho? Last week they stole a dead baby from the morgue, gutted out like a fish, stuffed the little shit with cocaine, and had some girl fly with it to Fort Lauderdale, just a day after her quinceañera. Hardcore like a porno, no? Me, I starting to get just a little tired of testing. They know and I know that December 3rd was just a stupid test. I give them a message, but they say they want a body. A dead body is a dead body. I don't care. But I do care about some bumbleclot Spanish-speaking pussyhole thinking that this is some little boy apprentice that they can just test and retest. December 1976. The singer just do the concert in the park, and I wasting time at fucking Jamintel Communications because I need to make an international phone call only to hear Dr. Love and some idiot cursing out in Spanish. But not Cuban Spanish, so I didn't understand most of it. But I know he was mad. And I'm thinking, who the fuck this pussy hole think he talking to? As if I don't know what hijo de puta mean. What he think I was going to do? Start cry and say, I'm so sorry, boss man, next time I'll do better, I promise? Like some whore who need discipline from her pimp. Was about to tell this Maricon about him bumbleclot when Dr. Love said to me, just finish the job, muchacho. Just finish it. So the Jamaican Syrian, the Cuban, and the Colombian all want a body, yet none of them realize that I gave them something better than a body. Same week, Peter Nasser called me with, what the bumbleclot wrong with the whole of you fucking ghetto people? This is not the first time I hear you with you people. I didn't say you people. I said you fucking ghetto people. What a bumbleclot wrong with you? 9 man? 8. 8 man storm into OK Corral with, 14 gun? And you're not a single man can shoot straight? Man can shoot straight enough. How you manage being the first man in history to shoot somebody in the head and not kill them? Answer that, master. I don't know who you mean by you. Or you so fucking fool you think phone can tap? What? This look like spy movie? Who the ras want to tap you? Even so, I don't know who you mean by you. But I'm sure him, whoever he is, didn't aim for anybody's head. He, whoever him is, didn't aim for nothing but wall and sky, it looked like. No, Busha. That kind of slackness and puppy show only happen in comedy. Imagine hundreds of bullets and they couldn't take out one fucking man. It's a fucking machine gun. How rasclot hard can it be to shoot? I thought Lewis taught you people how to deal with these things. I don't know no Lewis, and I sure don't know no you people. Don't draw me tongue, Josie Wales. I told him, don't make sense trying to teach ghetto niggers anything that will take any kind of intelligence. They bound to fuck it up. My blind grandmother could hit a target better than you, all 8 of you. I don't know why I even bother to call you. I don't know either, since none of those people you keep talking about live here. Why me even running up me phone bill? Eh? Tell me. I don't know why either, Busha. What? You know who you talking to? You know who your bumbleclot talking to, you little? Little? You must did drop your pants and look again. I hung up the phone. It's a bitch of a thing when you realize that though you are the only one who didn't go to a top-class school and foreign college, you is the only man in the room with any sense. I really wanted to educate this ignorant, bad-chatting Syrian shithouse. That it's bad enough that plenty man and woman have the singer off as a prophet, but kill him and the man graduate to martyr. This way the whole world know that guess what? The prophet is just a man like any other man. He can get shot like any other man. And like any other man in this country, not even he is safe. I shoot that man off the pedestal and he fall back down to man size. I didn't tell Peter Nasser any of that. You have to look past a man, below the skin to the real skin, to know that for all the whiteness, in the face of a man who don't go to beach because even a tan looks black, Peter Nassar is just another ignorant as shit nigger. But at least he was calling me Busher these days. I must ask my woman when exactly I change into a white man who drink at Mayfair Hotel. Sure, bumbleclot man. I hate when a man get me so mad that I start to cuss. Only ignorant man cuss. I say to Dr. Love, who also called me that night, that I done deal with proving things to people from 1966, and if they really think this is prep school where they feel they must test and test, then Medellin can go right back to using those bate boys in Bahamas. But then, to use the Rasta own words, I get hit with another reasoning. If the singer did turn into a martyr, it would be a big problem for sure, but it would be their problem, not mine. Peter Nassar will be so busy shitting himself trying to kill a legend that he won't have time to bother me with his fuckery, because truth be told, both he and I know that I long past the days when politicians say jump and I say how high. Now, when politicians say jump, my woman say he can't come to the phone right now, but I will take a message. Talk about fool. What do you think was going to happen once you give a man with a head a gun that he was going to return it? Even Papalo wasn't so fool. So I decide to let my mind work on this new reasoning. December 8, 1976. News just come that he and everybody survive. Too much Babylon at the hospital, and besides, by that time I grabbed Tony Pavarotti because Weeper was not the man for anything that need that kind of skill. But at the emergency room, they already treat him and send him home. Only the manager was still in the hospital, and there was not much use to finishing him off. So me and Pavarotti drive down to 56 Hope Road, expecting police. Police mean nothing when all you need is one shot. Besides, I make one phone call, and they would disappear in 60 seconds. Except 56 was a ghost town. Empty driveway and darkness in every window. Not a single police. I laugh, and Pavarotti look at me like he was about to ask a question. Meanwhile, Peter Nassar getting so sloppy that it looked like a TV show on how much mistake one man can make. The stupid piece of dog shit leave a message, a goddamn message with my woman, that if the sage go on stage, it gon' make the page and he'll be the rage. One of the few times in my life I ever hear Tony Pavarotti laugh was when I read that note out loud. My woman didn't know what the rascalot was going on about, so she left the two of us in the living room. With Tony Pavarotti in the room, I wonder if I made a mistake picking Weeper, who I sent to clean up what we just do. Instead of doing it himself, he just called the Rastas like some girl who always afraid. Worse, he did it on my phone. I make a phone call. Where the bird flying to? Brethren, where you call me for? I don't like repeating questions. He gone. They leave the manager at the hospital and take him up the White Man Hill. Police? One in the car with them, few more back at the place. 12 tribes on the watch all over the hill, and a white boy. A white boy? White boy with a camera. Nobody know where he come from, but him say him is with the film crew. Anyway, me done talk. No, you know done talk yet, Inspector. Me done sing this Sankey. Done. Canary, you're just a start. Not even Jesus getting up that hill tonight. What about the concert? Full police escort to and from. The next day? I don't know. Talk, pussy hole. The next day he's supposed to fly out. Them have him on a private jet. When? 5:30 or 6? Morning or evening? What you think? To where? Nobody know. Jet gun take off and nobody know where going. Boss, you taking ghetto man for idiot again? Mister, me say nobody no know. Not even the commissioner know. He don't even know that the singer plan to fly out. Is a top secret? More secret than the color of the queen panty. We only know because our man in the car with them pretend that he gone to sleep and listen to them talk. Him white manager tell him up the hill that as soon as he done with the concert, so it official, he gone do the concert? No, nothing no official. Them just putting things in place just in case. Anyway, the manager say that as soon as the concert done, him setting up a plane for him at the airport, but early, before the airport even open. Norman Manley Airport or Tinson Pen? Manley. Overseas. You can radio the police up the hill. Yeah, man, but why would I want to? Radio your police up the hill, right now.
This ends Disc 13.